Hey, fragrance lovers and fragrance heads, welcome back. It's Benjamin here at the Centaur Fragrance Channel, bringing you another fragrance. Today, it's TOUKKA TAO from House of Matriarch. Let's talk all about this fragrance. First off, this is supposed to be more of a fragrance in paradise, a fragrance from the tropics, a fragrance that's supposed to capture the feelings of like Polynesian islands. It's supposed to be a very beautiful citrus fragrance, or more of a fruity fragrance. And what I get out of this fragrance, though, is something quite different. I get something like a half-ripened banana out of this fragrance. I get something that's like almost a semi-fermented banana. I get a lot of like an airy, interesting amber that comes through, like an amber-like quality. I'm not gonna tell you all the notes. I usually don't like telling you all the notes in fragrances unless I feel like it really helps you understand the fragrances or helps you really get educated about a fragrance. You can go and look up the notes if you'd like, but to me, I mostly get more of a banana type of tropical fruitiness, and I get more of an amber type of smell out of this fragrance with the dry down, a very fruity kind of amber. This is not what I expected. I'm not saying it's a terrible fragrance, but I was expecting something of like a very interesting fruity nuances. I was expecting something that was more citric, something a lot more citrusy and happy and fresh. This is more of almost an earthy fragrance in a way, almost a fruity fragrance that's kind of trying to lean more on the earthy side of things, and but it still is a fruity fragrance. It doesn't go completely there, but it kind of wants to. It's very interesting in that way, kind of like fruit that dropped from the tree and fell on the ground in the tropics. That's what this makes me think of. It's not. It doesn't have the sunlight. It's not the bright. It's not the citrus. It's not what I expected. So I'm not particularly disappointed, but I am surprised at this fragrance. Overall, that I don't get a lot of. There are a lot of notes to this fragrance, a lot of things that you might think that are exotic or interesting, but I don't find that this fragrance smells particularly exotic or particularly interesting. Yes, this fragrance is mostly natural. There are beautiful notes going into this fragrance and exotic fruits, but the fragrance, there's kind of two main accords again. That interesting, almost a little bit overripened tropical fruit, and a really interesting, almost like fruity amber, and that's mostly what I get out of this fragrance. I used to have a sample, and my original this is I think a newer sample that I got, and my original sample actually even smelled a little bit heavier on the amber side. It almost had that Play-Doh like vibe. I think that they amped up the fruit a little bit and tried to make it a little bit more tropical. I still feel like this fragrance isn't overtly tropical, and it's not the fun fragrance that I was expecting. This is certainly more of something that almost is a little bit more mature, a little bit more laid back, almost like a little bit of a fragrance that's almost like for a lazy Sunday or lazy Saturday kind of fragrance. Performance wise, this one is decent. This one gives me 6 hours or so. But it quickly becomes more of a skin scent. Again, this is natural perfumery. These fragrances tend to do that. These fragrances are supposed to be fairly highly concentrated, but I just don't get a lot of performance. Sillage is decent, projections kind of decent. It's maybe slightly below average, and longevity is 6 hours, maybe 5 on your skin. So it's kind of average, maybe slightly below average performance. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I expected out of this fragrance. Compliment factor wise, I didn't get a lot of compliments. It doesn't smell odd. It doesn't smell strange. But it again, it's not particularly unusual. But it's not just a smell that people are outwardly just gonna go crazy for. They're not gonna smell interested in particularly. In my experience and in my opinion, it's not something that people really gravitate towards. Even though it does smell nice, it just smells nice. And for this price and for the inspiration with this fragrance, I was expecting, again, a lot of mangoes, maybe a lot of mangosteen, maybe some papaya, something very interesting. And I didn't get that kind of quality out of this fragrance. And when I let people smell it, when I told them about the inspiration of this fragrance, and I told them that, they also were kind of puzzled at what happened with this fragrance. So it's kind of a miss overall. Anyways, price wise, y'all know that these are $300 fragrances for 50 mils, which is very expensive. Um, Again, the naturals going into this fragrance, I look at the naturals. Some of the House of Matriarch fragrances use very rare, exotic, hot, very expensive ingredients. With this fragrance, I'm looking at the notes. There are some florals here. I'm not sure if this one is, I'm not sure how expensive the ingredients are going into this one. I think it's a little bit questionable as well. But overall, it's just not a fragrance that I would recommend here at the Scentadar Fragrance Channel. It's more of natural perfumery. Some people like the artistry. Some people only like natural fragrances. There's certainly, arguments for health. This might be healthier for your skin, but for $300 for 50 mils, is it really worth it when you're getting like slightly average or slightly below average performance, and it's not particularly the happy, cheerful, happy-go-lucky fragrance that you might be wanting or expect. If I was to recommend alternatives to this fragrance, if you're a younger lady, especially maybe you really like to you used to like those celebrity fragrances, you used to really like those fragrances that were playful and happy. I think that you might like Vanille Apricot by Comptoir Sud Pacifique. You might like that fragrance. It's very charming. It's very wearable. I think that if that fragrance was hyped, if people knew about how good that fragrance was, I think a lot of ladies would be going crazy for it. It's a very fun fragrance, and it has an interesting note of jackfruit. Um, if you're looking for something that's very citrus focused and a fragrance that does smell like the tropics, it smells like paradise. It also suffers from longevity issues, but it's amazing and it is more affordable than this fragrance. Check out Pomelo Paradis by Atelier Parfums, Atelier Fragrances. Pomelo Paradis is a very charming fragrance. It smells bright and beautiful, happy and cheerful, and smells like the tropics in a very beautiful way. So overall, if I'm talking about this fragrance once again, this one, TOUKKA TOTAL, it's not something that I gravitate towards, something that I'm interested in, and I dare say that I would not recommend it here at the Scentadar Fragrance Channel. I think that there's better alternatives and there's better fragrances out there. And even though there's not too many tropical fruity fragrances out there, even though that this is one of the few of them out there that intends to capture on that vibe, I still would not really recommend this one. But of course, get out there, sample it, try it out, get your own opinion on it. I'm only one nose, I'm one fragrance reviewer. I have my own opinion and my own skin chemistry and all those kinds of things. So get out there and sample the fragrance for yourself and let me know what you think about it. Let me know in the comments section, do you like House of Matriarch? Have you tried this fragrance? And if you do like it, or if you've tried it before, let me know what you think below about this fragrance. What do you think about this fragrance? Anyways, I'll see you next time, my friends. If you did like my review today, if you do like it, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the video, tell a friend, and when you do hit the notification bell, please hit all notifications. Anyways, my friends, I'll see you next time. Please, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on my content. Wear what you love, rock what you got. And I'll see you next time, my friends. And bye.